This is one wild story that will show you how easy it can be to get lost in Boston's nightlife. How the night started, who you were with, and what the plan was. So this happened almost 10 years ago now. At the time, I was working as a bartender in Boston. I had just finished my shift, and I was hanging out with a buddy of mine who was visiting from Los Angeles. I remember the name because when we got there, they actually kicked us out because we didn't wear collared shirts. Funniest or most unexpected moment of the night. We were like, how is this possible? We started in Boston, and now we're in New York. It was just like one of those moments where you're like, I can't believe this is happening. We didn't even realize we crossed state lines and we're like, holy cow. If you did, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. My buddy and I both had like polo shirts on and they were like, sorry, you gotta leave. So we went across the street to the Cask and Flagon, which is kind of known as like the first bar on the Freedom Trail. That's the best pizza in the world. The funny thing is I've been there many times before, but after that night, I've never been back again. I mean, I knew it would be good, but I didn't expect it to be like that. Honestly, I think if you went to Boston for a night out, you'd have a better time than you would in New York or LA or anywhere else in the country. Boston's nightlife is truly amazing. There's a reason why so many college kids go there. I still remember to this day like the rowdiness of just college kids everywhere. I was like, whoa, this is college kids on a Saturday night. It was very fun, very energetic. You know, everybody was in good spirits. There was no trouble. It was just like a very, very fun night. I think the thing that surprises most people about Boston's nightlife is the beer. People always ask, you know, isn't it like the most expensive city in the country for beer? No, it's actually like the cheapest city in the country for beer, because they make it themselves in Massachusetts. You can buy Sam Adams for like $2.50 a bottle. It's incredible. And then the bar food is also very cheap. I think that's another thing that surprises people. They're like, oh wow, you can actually afford to eat while you're drinking here. Yeah, Boston's nightlife is special. I just always associate that place with like the craziest night of my life. Like every time I see a slice of pizza, I'm reminded of that night. We're like, let's go here, get our first drink. We sat down, ordered a couple beers, and we were like, okay, well let's wait for this pub crawl to start. It was, I don't know, 20 minutes or so later. This woman comes over, she's wearing one of those neon green vests that says like pub crawl or whatever, and she gives us wristbands and we join the pub crawl. We head down to Jillian's. Now, if you've never been to Boston, there's like a comedy club above Jillian's called the Comedy Studio, where a lot of famous comedians have come up through. So we sit at Jillian's, we get our second drink. Then the woman tells us, okay, it's time to go to the third bar. She leads us down the street. We get to the third bar. It's called, what is it? The Red Parrot, something like that. And then she's like, all right, it's time to go to the fourth bar. Well, at this point, we're like, this is ridiculous. We're not even that drunk, and we're already on our third drink. We're like, no, we're good. We turned down the fourth bar and we started walking down the street. It's maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock at this point. We're like, you know what? We're done with this. Let's just walk around Boston. So we start walking around Boston, and we end up hitting all these random bars that we would never have found on our own. One of them was called It's on the Water. It's a barking crab. It's right by the bridge that goes into the North End. And we're sitting there drinking, enjoying ourselves, having a good time, looking at the water. It's such a beautiful view. And then we're like, let's keep walking. We go into the North End and we hit. Oh man, what was the name of that place? We hit a couple places in the North End. I remember going into one of them and there is like a mob of about 20 guys in there. It's mostly older guys, and they're all watching some sports game. And we're like, whoa, this is unlike any scene we've ever seen in a bar. And then we keep walking further into the North End. And next thing we know, we're like, wait, we know where we are. We're in Little Italy in New York City. We were like, oh my God, we walked past Hanover Street, which is the main strip in the North End, and we didn't even realize it. So we turn around and we head back down Hanover Street, and we're like, oh yeah, we gotta go to Regina Pizzeria. This is the best pizza in the world. I don't think anybody can argue this. I mean, it's up there. We get slices of pizza, we eat it on Hanover Street, and then we're like, you know what? Let's go to the Charles River Dam area. Maybe we'll find something to do over there. So we walk over to the Charles River Dam. It's probably, oh man, it's late at this point. We're like, what are we doing? And we see this place, the Big Buns over there by the Charles River Dam. And we're like, oh, we gotta go check this out. Turns out it's a comedy club and it's like a restaurant too. So we sit down and we're eating food and we're laughing at the comedians. And then we're like, wow, we have no idea what time it is. We have no idea where we are. We're sitting here in this comedy club eating food. We're like, let's go check out the area. So we walk around the area, like, let's find somewhere to stay. We finally find a hotel, get a room for the night, and we crash. And we were gonna go to a sports game the next day. So that night we figured, hey, let's go out and have a little fun in Boston. Check out the nightlife. So we did. We went to some bars, but then eventually he wanted to go home because he had an early flight the next day. So we stopped into a bar called the Bell and the Dragon. They have these pub crawls they do there where you get a wristband. And then you go bar to bar all over Boston, and they give you drinks at each bar. So we thought, great, we'll stop in, we'll grab a drink or two, we'll go home. But we ended up getting caught up in the whole pub crawl thing, where tons of college kids, really young girls, a lot of people from the Northeast, which is very different than the crowd you see in LA or San Francisco, where I'm from, bars, clubs, or pubs you visited. The first place we hit was F. Clinton's. The craziest? Probably when we realized we were in New York, where you stopped for late night food. Definitely Regina Pizzeria. What you learned about Boston's nightlife and how it surprised you. Boston's nightlife surprised me because I never expected it to be so big. Do you think you could get lost in Boston's nightlife? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video.